Hello, my name is Erica Randolph, and I'm a licensed professional clinical counselor. I am licensed in New Mexico and in Missouri. And today I want to bring you some information about my modified version of EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. It is my modified version of tapping. So let's get to it. So welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about my modified version of Emotional Freedom Technique. It has several elements to it. The first element is to rate your level of anxiety or fear or whatever the emotion is that you're dealing with at that moment. The second part is to cross your hands across your body and tap. The third part is to take big breaths. Take a deep breath. And the fourth part is to do a type of affirmation. It has two parts to it. You say, even though I feel this bad emotion, I unconditionally love and accept myself. So that's the two parts of that affirmation. And then you're doing all these things at the same time and taking your time, breathing and doing the affirmation, doing the tapping. And at the end of it, you give yourself a little hug when you feel grounded. And then you rate yourself again. You rate the level of anxiety that you have to figure out, did this actually help me? Did this give me a sense of relief? Did this help me move through my anxiety or my anger or whatever it is that I'm feeling? So let me tell you a little bit about the different elements and why they work together and why I chose these elements. One, the rating system gives you a sense of, have I actually been able to make progress? Is this working for me? And usually I would suggest it will help at least by 1 or 2 degrees, if maybe not 3 or 4. You might go from a 7 to a 4, or you might go from an 8 to a 3. Those are different levels that you can go to. So the rating system is just a way of keeping track of what's going on in your life. The next part of crossing your arms across and tapping, what you're doing at this point is you're crossing the midpoint of your body by putting your hands on either side. And by tapping, what you're doing is you are activating both sides of your brain, both hemispheres. Both your left and your right side are then being activated by crossing your arms and tapping. And that has the effect of making your brain work together. The next part of it is the breathing, if I recall right. Yes, the breathing. So when you breathe in and you breathe out, oh, that even just feels good to me right then and there, to just have a little breath. It helps to ground you. It helps to activate your vagus nerve, to lower your cortisol levels, bring your parasympathetic nervous system on board. And so that's a big part of the breathing. And the next part, the affirmation, is you breathe in and you say, even though I feel so anxious about such and such, I unconditionally love and accept myself. So the first part of that affirmation, you are naming what is the problem. You're naming your emotion. You're identifying what it is. And that's the first stage of being able to have control over it, being able to work through it, allow it to be in your body, naming it, acknowledging this is how I feel. It's important to be able to feel these emotions, because by feeling them, then they are allowed to dissipate. And oftentimes I talk of emotions as being like a wave. When you feel this wave of an emotion come over you, you don't feel like you can't breathe. You're overwhelmed. It's just like so much. I can't deal with it. But to have in the back of your mind, it's like a wave on the ocean. The waves on the ocean always go back out to the sea. So you can know that this emotion will end. It does go through your body and it will come back out. And allowing it to do that is just really healing. And the second part of that, of the affirmation, is I unconditionally love and accept myself. And what that has the effect of doing is just to acknowledge, yes, I have value as a human being, no matter what I'm feeling, no matter what emotions I'm going through, no matter what the stresses are in my life. I have value as a human being. And I like to say, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. And if I'm good enough, then I get to do the things that I want to do. It's like a permission almost, like I'm good enough. I can go through that. I think all of us can say, I'm good enough. So then at the end, as we get towards the end of the tapping, and you kind of stop and give yourself a little hug, and then take a moment to rate. How do you feel? Are you feeling more grounded? Are you in your body? Do you feel a little bit more regulated in your emotions and in your state? So let's take a few moments and let's do it together. Let's do it together. So I'm going to rate myself. Right now I probably am feeling about a 6, I would say, my anxiety, because I'm not really very used to doing these videos yet. So I'm feeling a little nervous, even though this is such an important technique that I love to teach people. I'm still a little nervous being online, being in the camera. So let's say 6. And I start tapping. Even though I feel anxious making this video, I love and accept myself unconditionally. Even though I feel anxious making this video, I unconditionally love and accept myself. Even though I feel so anxious making this video, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious making a video, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious making this video, I love and accept myself. Yeah, I think that helped me go down to about a 3 is how I would rate it now. Anyway, put in the comments below how this works for you. I hope this little modified tapping technique is helpful. And I'll see you in the next video. Go ahead and subscribe, like, those things. Thank you so much.